All right, guys, what is going on? It is, I wrote this up on the board and that's actually not right. It's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday in May. I actually don't know what day it is, but it is a Tuesday. Somewhere between the 17th and the 24th. So at least I know that. Before we can talk about our workout today, let's talk about the question of the day. The question of the day is shoe related. I want to know what your favorite pair of shoes is. Not CrossFit shoes. I just want to know what your favorite pair of shoes are. For me, I got, I'll go two different directions. One direction is these right here. Rainbow sandals. Boom. If I could wear those everywhere, I would wear them everywhere, essentially being barefoot. Second pair of shoes, my second favorite pair of shoes is a pair of Innovates, the F195 Lights. Super light shoe. I love the minimalist shoe. Tell me what your favorite shoe is in the comments below. Cool, let's talk about the workout. Workout today is called CEO, also known as Chief Exercise Officer. Anyways, CEO is kind of like the chief, and it goes like this. It is 5 3-minute AMRAPs of 3 double dumbbell power snatches, 6 push-ups, and 9 air squats. After you finished your 3-minute AMRAP, you will rest for 1 minute. And then you will pick up right where you left off, and you're going to continue with a second 3-minute AMRAP of 3 double dumbbell power snatches, 6 push-ups, and 9 air squats. You will accumulate total rounds today. Some things to think about here today is the double dumbbell. Actually, before we talk about things to think about, let's talk about some demonstrations. So that double dumbbell power snatch is going to be a little bit different than what you're maybe used to. We're used to using one object. We're going to use 2 objects. I got my heavy 5-pounders right here. 2 objects on the ground, or 2 dumbbells on the ground, flat back, and we're going to go straight all the way up overhead, back to the ground, straight up overhead, and back to the ground. That is double dumbbell power snatch. The next thing is going to be push-ups, which we've all seen before. You can go off the knees or off the toes, chest touches the floor, and back up. You'll do 6 of those, followed by 9 air squats, shoulder width stance. Sit yourself down, come right back up. So 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Those double dumbbell power snatches are intended to be a little bit heavy, but something that you can always move through. The push-ups, same thing. That's probably going to be the brunt of the workout. Early on, I'd break those up 3 and 3, or find some way to elevate yourself either on a chair, bench, box, whatever. And those air squats is that opportunity for you to catch your breath. You know, if you want to take a breath up at the top, next squat, that's really your time to breathe and regain. We're looking at, let's see, 15, 19 minutes with a minute of rest in here. So just under a 20-minute, with 15 minutes of that being work, with 4 minutes of it being rest. Something to think about as far as technique-wise, and I want you thinking hips and shoulders are rising together. So there's 2 movements that's going to be, actually really 3 of the movements are going to be, this is going to be your focus. And in the dumbbell snatches, you want your hips and shoulders to rise together before those dumbbells, or once those, until those dumbbells pass the knees. Once they pass the knees, then you can violently extend the hips and finish your overhead. On the push-up, you want your hips and shoulders to be together, moving it as one piece. And then same thing in the air squat from the side, the hips and shoulders are moving together. And I really quickly want to talk about some things that I don't want to see that might be common. So the hips and shoulders not moving together in the dumbbell snatch would look like this. Hips rising, and then up overhead. If you notice, just my shoulders are moving, my hips are not really moving. So the angle at my back is changing dramatically. The push-up, we've all seen these. Now my hips and shoulders are no longer connected. And then as we get tired in those air squats, we've all seen these as well. Squatting down, my chest falls forward, I stand up and come back up. Stand up and come back up. So we don't want to see those. All of those, think of the relationship between your shoulders and your hips stays constant. Cool? Let's talk about some warm-up. You have 3 rounds of 30 seconds on a couple of different movements. The first one, the first 3 sets of movements you're going to do 30 seconds of is Cossack squats. So you go nice and wide with your stance, or a lateral lunge. Sit yourself as low as you can, come back up. Sit yourself as low as you can, come back up. Make sure you're keeping those heels in the ground. If you can't get that deep, don't get that deep. I don't want you to come up into the toes. The next thing I want you to do is push up to downward dog, which will be off the knees. Push up, downward dog. You're going to do that for 30 seconds, and then glute bridges on your back. Heels next to the butt, down and right back up. Once you've done 3 rounds of that, so 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds for 3 times, you're going to go into the next set of 3 movements, directly into the next set of 3 movements, which is going to be 30 seconds of air squats, focusing on that chest or hips and shoulders, rising together. Then you're going to have mountain climbers down in that plank position, 30 seconds there, and then bridge walkouts. So a little bit more difficult version of those bridge. You're going to lift those hips, walk yourself all the way to straight legs, and then walk yourself back. So do 3 seconds there. 30 seconds of 3 sets there. So a total of 9 minutes here in your warm-up. I'm already getting sweaty and ready to go. Dumbbell snatches, if you don't have 2, you can always do 3 and 3 on a single arm. 1, 2, 3. Switch arms, 1, 2, 3. Your push-ups, you can always change to an elevated, so a box or a bench. And your air squats, maybe we need to reduce the reps on the air squats here, because we're going to look for a lot of reps on those air squats. Other than that, have fun, and we shall see you on Wednesday. Hello.